Hello world! So there is a reason why I am making this video. For the last year, well for the last I guess six years, I have been dealing with anxiety, and over the last year it's been very much more difficult. I don't want to go into extreme detail, but it's been really hard. It kind of feels like when I first had my first breakdown when I was about 16. It kind of feels like that, except now I'm adult. I am adulting.
I am doing what adultings do.
You know, I live away from my family. I live away from, you know, my mom, my dad, my siblings and whatnot. I'm currently not going to school, just kind of working, and it's been rough. So all of the things that I'm going to be talking about today is from this worksheet called,
or not really worksheet, but
all of the things that I'm going to be talking about today come from this sheet called Safe Coping Skills, and you can find it online. I'll put a link down below if you want to look through it. There are so many ways to get through an anxiety attack, a panic attack, to bring yourself back, to focus yourself. By the way, I'm not saying any of these in order. I just wanted to pick out some and just elaborate on them because I wanted to make a video, and it's really good just to kind of get out and just do something that makes me feel me. And that's actually one of the things on the thing. It's actually my very first one that I chose. Number 1, choose self-respect. Choose whatever will make you like yourself tomorrow. This has been, I don't know, just really eye-opening to me in that I haven't felt myself, and I know the difference. I have been feeding into a lot of the anxious and the toxic thoughts, and it can get so depressing and lonely. It's not me. That's not who I am. That's not who I was created to be. It's so hard to kind of get out of that. You just think that like all of the bad things is yourself. To notice the difference, the subtle difference between like the truth and the lie. Truth versus fact. Like the fact may be I'm feeling really anxious, you know, I have to take medication or a supplement to think normally or to be a normal person. But the truth is I am a whole, sane person.
And I have a future, and I have a purpose, and I'm really funny.
All of the good things. I want to choose what will make me the best me possible tomorrow.
So,
number 2, when in doubt, do what is hardest. I've loved this one recently. I actually had to use this one practically. I was getting home from work, or I was getting off work, and I had the choice to go hang out with some friends of mine or go home
and like do nothing and get on YouTube and just splurge. Not splurge, but binge. You know,
binge watch like people playing video games. That's my guilty pleasure. And I remember I sat there and I thought of this thing. I thought of this one coping skill about like when in doubt, do what is hardest. And I was kind of feeling weird. I don't know if I want to be around friends. I wasn't feeling too comfortable, but I was like, you know what? When in doubt, do what is hardest. So you know what? I went out with my friends.
And we had an awesome time. And it was great.
It was difficult. It was weird because it was hard to kind of get past, kind of get out of my head and get past the thoughts that were just kind of going around in my head. Number 3, set an action plan. It says, be specific, set a deadline, and let others know about it. This is good. I'm talking to a camera and talking to virtual people. So my action plan is I actually started doing the Whole30 challenge, which is basically like paleo eating for 30 days, no cheat.
No dairy, no wheat, no legumes, no sugar, no artificial sweeteners, and no dairy, that's a big part.
I'm eating a lot of protein, a lot of meat, a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruit, pretty much anything that has any other artificial or
whatever you want to call it
ingredient in it, I am not having. I'm staying completely away from sugar in all forms. And I'm doing that, and I'm finishing it. And so far I'm on day 5, I want to say. I might be giving myself a little bit of grace there. Anyways, so I'm doing the Whole30 challenge. Plus, I have a gym membership, and I go to the gym quite regularly. I went today.
That's why I look this way. I'm dedicated.
I actually set a goal that I want to run a 5K by the end of this year. I am saying that out now. So much more nice, like having like a goal, a set deadline, and just be like, boom, have to start somewhere. Number 4, trust the process. No.
It's my least favorite one, but also my semi-favorite one at the same time.
Because it says just keep moving forward. The only way out is through. Isn't that lovely? I was at the gym today and I was watching a gentleman at the gym, like you do, and he was bench pressing like a lot of weight. You could tell. I know my words. I thought to myself, I'm like, he probably didn't start there. Probably started with nothing on the bar. But how boring it must have been in between to have to get up to the big guys and know that you're legit. But if he had not gone through every single time and just doing it, even if it felt like he wasn't doing anything, if he didn't do that, he wouldn't be able to be sitting there bench pressing a tow truck. That just gave me a lot of hope that, like, you know, what I'm going through and everything that I'm thinking right now, it's just like, it's not gonna be like this forever. There is hope. Like, the only way out is through. Number 5, tolerate the feeling. No feeling is final. Just get through it safely. This has helped me a lot. Like when I'm at work and I start overthinking and just getting way in my head, and I can get really depressed and really anxious really quickly. This one comes to mind where I realize this is a feeling. No feeling is final. And I would let the feeling pass without judgment. Without judgment. That's the hardest part, is not judging them, because every single thought that comes into my head, I want to like
pick it apart, and I just want to rip at it, and I'm just like, I want
understand it all. I want to know it all. And I'm not going to know it all. I'm telling myself this now. I'm not going to ever
in a million lifetimes.
In a million lifetimes, I will never know it all. Cray. So yeah, it helps me get back to like right here. My love language is touch. I need to like feel things in order to like know that like I'm safe and I'm okay. When I'm going through a feeling and I'm wanting it to pass, I'll just grab something. I'll have something in my pocket. Just become insanely aware of like what my surroundings are to kind of just get back. And number 6, ask for help. Reach out to someone safe. This has been probably one of the most difficult ones for me because of that main lie of I am the only one that can ever go through this or could ever understand me. And in part of that way, that's kind of true. Like, no one's ever gonna be me except me.
No one else lives inside my head except me.
You know, people can't read my mind, and so for the last couple months, my trust level of people, because of me just overthinking and starting to like doubt just like my core values, it made my relationships with my amazing people crumble. It took away my joy at work. It took away my joy and my peace during the day. This is probably the hardest one. The one that I'm still very, very hard at working on is asking for help when I need it. Like I said, my love language is touch. It means a lot to me to know how I'm loved when someone is touching me and I'm feeling them, and I know that they're there. And so that's why it's really hard to be away from my family right now. This is very different for me. I'm not making this video on the other, technically on the other side of this. I'm making this like right in the middle. This is mainly just for me. I don't even, if this helps people, that's awesome. I feel like the biggest thing for me is I need to have a tape going on in my head of how not alone I am and how I am not the only person in the world that has felt this. And I had a friend who told me life really gets crappy when you start thinking that you are like the most special person in the world and that only you are going through this thing and no one else can understand you, no one else, and it's and that's a lie. That's a lie. That's not true at all. We are the world. We are the children. Okay.